Previous video here, we created our offer automatically with one-click install, and I edited this first buyer here to be my first buyer with real information. Originally, when it created the offer, it created a dummy buyer. I fixed that dummy buyer to be my actual buyer. Okay, at this point, I'm going to point out here, we do have traffic source payouts here in the offer, but many people that are handing a traffic source a phone number are going to put these traffic source payouts actually in the number. I'm getting ready to show you that. So I'm going to go to the next step I need to do. I have my offer, but now I need to get my helpers involved. Traffic sources are also known as affiliates or publishers, or some people call them vendors. Lots of different things, but basically whoever's helping you get traffic to your offer, sending phone calls to your offer, sending traffic to your landing page, and they make the phone call from there, even posting data to you to use our lead to call automation. Those are all people that are traffic sources. Bing, Google, Facebook lead ads, anything that helps you get traffic to your offer is a traffic source. So I'm going to do our first traffic sources here. I'm going to do new traffic sources. I'll do a couple of them. So I'll just put in some IDs here. Now I can use anything. It's alphanumeric. If you're integrating against something like Everflow or Has Offers or Linktrust or whatever, you'll match up their affiliate ID or their publisher or whatever they call it, their ID from their system so that we can keep their system up to date. But if you're not using a third-party system, you just go ahead and do the company information, whatever. Now this number limit here, it's kind of hard to explain, but if you're letting people purchase their own numbers, this is how many numbers this traffic source could maintain on their own if you invited them to collaborate, but you can leave it blank. Most people do. All right, so I'll just go ahead and do the next person, and I'll do this as Google AdWords. See, I've done it a few times, and so that's Google. So these are my traffic sources, pretty simple. Now I need to be able to give this traffic source a phone number. Now keep in mind, with StirShaken implemented as of July 1st of 2022, some of your affiliates that are using systems overseas for ViCiDial are not using carriers that'll sign their cars with the StirShaken header. So those calls get blocked before they even reach our carriers. If that's the situation that they can't forward calls to us on a local DID, you would then have to purchase a toll-free number or have to have them forward calls to us via SIP. SIP is the most reliable way to get calls to us anyway, but if you have to purchase toll-free numbers for your publishers if they're overseas. So I'm going to pick that offer, my Medicare calls. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm giving this to John, Joe, and Associates. I'm going to say I'm going to grab a toll-free number. I like to grab the 877 area codes, pick any number. If it's going to be displayed somewhere, try to get fancy like the 6255. I won't buy a good number so that I don't waste it for this demo, so I'll go grab an 833 number. Alrighty. So I'm going to grab a toll-free number for this so that I can get the calls in. I'm not on a very good rate yet. I haven't changed the rate and haven't made that video. It's coming up, but I'm paying $250 a number now because I have not picked a plan. If you see this and didn't want to pay $250 a number, you should probably talk to us or pick your plan under billing and committed use discounts. But I go ahead and place this order. So now what's happening here is that number is now automatically ready to go. I can give this to John Doe and tell him, here's your phone number to send us calls. All right, so that's how I set up the number. Now let's say that person is using ViCiDial and he'd like to forward data to you as well. So we're going to come on over here, back to the offer, and I'm going to come in here to the posting instructions and turn on public instructions, and it's going to automatically make up some wording for you, which most people just leave. And I'm going to say I'm trying to give John Doe some instructions. So I'll click on Get Instructions. You can't see it, but the URL that you're going to hand him is going to link to this, so it tells him exactly what you have for contact field names and what you have, what he needs to use for the offer token and what his traffic source ID is. So that's what you give to them. If they're on ViCiDial or something that uses ViCiDial formatting, I have another video come up here how to quickly be able to give them posting instructions to place on WebForm 1 or whatever in ViCiDial. But that is how you get the traffic source, publisher, affiliate, their posting instructions if they're going to send you data. Okay, I did forget here on the phone number that we pulled for that gentleman, John Doe. I forgot I said I was going to put pricing in here. So I'm going to come down here to how much he gets paid, and I'm just going to say that he's going to get the $23. Now, if you can go higher, You know, the buyer was paying you 120 seconds. If you can get him to get paid 150 seconds, great. If you have to pay him at the same time, that's been forwarded to the buyer, great. This is just a description. And then I say 30-day dedupe. So I'm saying that he's going to convert it $23, 120 seconds, and 30 days he has to dedupe. Now, if I can, same thing, the buyer has you at 30 days. If I can get this guy to be 60 days, even better. The better you can make it for yourself in the buyer conversion settings, and the better you can make it for yourself in the traffic source conversion settings, they're separate. And they convert at different times during the call. So you want the traffic source, if you can, to be equal or worse than your buyer's paying. So I'm going to go ahead and give this guy this $23, deduping for, what they say, 60 days up there? Yeah, 60 days. And then the call has to last 120. Now this is just a description, but I usually type in what it is so people see what they're getting paid. And then I say update. So the number now, if you have a payout in your number, it doesn't flow through to the offer to look for payouts at any time. It stops right there and says, if I can't find a payout in the number when there's a payout existing that matches, I'm going to go ahead and not pay the pub at all. So that's how you do that. So you're ready now to get your first publisher his phone number, set his payout, and give him posting instructions so they can send you data.